Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming tenants in 71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago.
Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Chicago Bears.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Looking to throw is Williams. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
They run here with Rico Dowdle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
In motion right, that's Metcalf.
26. 50.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Get 300. Get 300. 318.
Now Rodgers.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
319. Back north.
Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep.
That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of the game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
The Bears at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Let me sit hard. Here we go.
Throw caught by Roman. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing is Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 2. Swift going to try up the middle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
I haven't met a defense coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal. This from 44 yards away. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They run again with Dowdle. And we'll get it down to 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
On the move past the 40. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Hey, take 20, 319, go to 50. Hey, you flip it down.
Rodgers going to throw.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
58.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Dowdle. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's Williams. There's a short one caught by Lovely.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
3rd down and 1.
Let us up.
To the air, Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. To throw, Williams.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung here.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good.
Yeah.
Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable game.
Now run straight ahead with Ward.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Jump out! 18, 26, go to 50, take 30.
Now Rodgers.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And he will have the Steelers' 1st down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They found a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
18.
Throwing is Rodgers.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
58.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
88. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
To throw is Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bears going to call it the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bears take over.
At their own 36-yard line.
The
Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Room here to run.
Loose inside the 30.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Rico Dowdle, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 17-3. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
To throw, it's Williams.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. Williams.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Williams. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ivo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
319, 26.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Back north.
Now it's Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
2nd down and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Back to throw. Williams. And he fires one, but incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Hey, 319.
Rodgers now to throw.
He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And that's a hard-earned yard there as he takes a pretty good jolt at the end of that one.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He's got his target. That's complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Roman Wilson,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback. Picked up by Patrick Queen.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A running play, it's Dowdle. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Rico Dowdle with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Steelers 31, Bears 3. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
This is 2nd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. To the left side, into the hands of Odunze. And he takes a pop at the end of that one. It'll be a gain of about 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
What is it hard?
Looking to throw. Williams. That is caught. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready, set up.
Back to throw.
Williams. Pass complete to Loveland. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. Play action. Now Williams. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A handoff. Swift running to the left.
And effective running here. They'll take it down inside the 10.
55 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll run with a Rutgers man, Kyle Monangai.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Kyle Monangai
Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Bears are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And this is off the left, upright, and through. A trick shot there, but a point is a point. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Unable to corral him. He fights through.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest.